I'm CraigO, and join me on my adventures with CraigO's cryptocurrency as we cover the blockchain, Web3, NFT, and cryptocurrency technologies. Interviewing the best in the industry, giving tips and tricks, and also sharing with you projects that I'm most excited about.
You're watching CraigO's Crypto Corner, the best in Web3, blockchain, NFT, and cryptocurrency technology. Great reviews, incredible interviews with some of the best leading people in the Web3 space and the general things Web3. So today, let's get right to it. There is a service called Ape Now, Pay Later. It is a Polygon-based lending platform that runs on Ethereum called Teller, which is a DeFi platform. It attempts to match the prospective borrower with the prospective lender. In some cases, the borrower can put as much as 50% down into that digital asset and then pay it off. The plan is worked out so that both the borrower and lender can come to an agreement, and the platform takes a piece of the action. Tony, cue us up to that screen share on my computer. I wanted to show people the Teller. All right, so there we go. We'll get that right in there. So Teller this is a platform. I invite you guys to check it out. There are a couple thoughts. First is currently there are 10 notable projects that are available, NFT projects that are blue chips that are on this platform. Just here are my thoughts. Proceed with caution. We are in a bear market. If you were excited in the bull and there were some projects that you might have missed, this might provide you the opportunity to get into a blue chip without expensing the tremendous amount of money that you would have had to do for their at the time that you would have gotten in at maybe a loss, right? So my advice is hop in, check it out, see if it makes sense. Seems like a good or credible platform. Again, we've seen a lot of things fall before us. So maybe you go into Twitter, you start asking the questions, hey, what do you think about Teller? Do you like it? Has anyone used it? Start to do the due diligence on that end. And again, as I'll always say in every podcast, it's not financial advice. Do consult with your financial advisor. So let's talk about number 2. We can go off a screen share now. We're going to talk about Magic Leap, and we'll come back to screen share in a second. It's 12 years of development and billions of dollars behind this technology. It's the VR goggles, and that way you can go into augmented reality. Starting on September 30th, these goggles will be available for $3,300. So Tony, cue us into Magic Leap onto my computer so you guys can just see just a quick video run of what this actually looks like. And I will click on that button. Really sleek, cool, sexy. You know, the goggles before were very big and cumbersome on your face. This might be something that you might like or enjoy, or what a great holiday present for Christmas, Hanukkah, or Kwanzaa. Check it out. Highly recommend to do some research into it before you think about investing into this project. But if you are a game head and you like gamification in the Web3 ecosystem, maybe this is something for you. All right, let's get to flash loan attacks, our next thing in. So $308 million was stolen in 27 flash attacks in the second quarter versus 14 million in Q1. What is a DeFi flash loan? Well, flash loans are a relatively new form of uncollateralized loans available to traders on some decentralized finance protocols based on the blockchain, usually Ethereum. This type of loan allows traders to borrow unsecured loans from lenders without intermediaries. A little concerning, but there are some opportunities out there. Please proceed with caution. Let's talk about the 4 different types of phishing attacks. According to Forbes, shout out to Forbes, ice phishing, seed phrase phishing, malicious airdrops, and fraudulent emails. So what is ice phishing? Ice phishing is a novel Web3 clickjacking scheme that tricks users into assigning and delegating approvals on the user's token by a cyber criminal. Seed phrase phishing. That is a site requesting for you to give the 12 to 24 word seed phrase in lieu of an NFT or crypto, right? So they entice you, hey, if you give us the seed phrase, we'll give you this. No, what they're going to do is take your stuff, right? So if you do this, what happens? You're giving people access. You're giving these cyber criminals access to your entire wallet, and all of your cryptos and NFTs are gone. All right, malicious airdrops are the most common kind of marketing or promotional tool an organization employs to incentivize users to use their products, services, or platforms. Businesses typically will airdrop cryptocurrencies. So once you engage with the airdrop, you are giving the unknown organization access to your wallet. and you are interacting with a malicious contract. So please proceed with caution, because there are some airdrops that are extremely valuable and will offer reward if you are in a project. But I always said your friend is go right to Twitter and Discord and make sure that that airdrop you have is legit. If it is not, please do not click on it. Fraudulent emails, websites, and social media accounts. Phishing emails, fake URLs are probably one of the oldest tricks in the book. Likewise, Web3 is full of copycat websites, social media accounts, and fraudulent emails, from get-rich-quick schemes to pumps and dumps. So I would just tell you to proceed with caution. So these are like some of the phishing attacks that will happen. You don't want to be a scam or a victim of it. There were 290 attacks in the second quarter of 2022 versus 106 attacks in the first quarter of 2022. Some phishing scam tricks users, well, what they'll do is they'll divulge the seed phrase, which will result in losing those stored crypto or funds. So remember, do not give your seed phrase. All right, so here's a little bonus, and we're actually going to go to that screen share in a second, not yet. So from my Web3 security question, right, and concerns, I turn to your tech department. The one thing at the forefront of protection from their viewpoint is multi-factor authentication. At least if you don't have 2FA authentication, that is an invitation to absolutely get hacked. And then let's go to that screen share. Check them out, your tech department. Here it is in real time. I highly recommend that as you're investing and you're going into the Web3 ethos, that you're doing everything you can to possibly stay safe. All right, let's go off the screen share and into our next item. Scroll on down. What's next in the queue? Here we go. Discord. All right. Discord was the most highly impacted and attacked server. Why? I just think it's very busy. There are a lot of channels, a lot of different rooms. And that is probably the server where you need to proceed with the level of caution. I told you guys to turn off your DMs. I still think it's a good choice. If you become more experienced, you'll sometimes need your DMs on to converse with people in that channel, or you can say, hey, connect with me over on my Twitter, or why don't you shoot me an email? But please, again, be very careful. If you have someone send you something and it's malicious, it is a setup. So you have to really be very careful with that. All right. Let's talk about what is a rug pull. Well, it's a type of scam involving a cryptocurrency and a digital asset. The name comes from the expression pulling the rug out. This is how it works. A developer attacks investors to a new cryptocurrency or project and then pulls it out before the project is completely built. This leaves the investors with a worthless currency. Rug pulls, however, are down 37 million in assets on Q2 of this year. And this is down by 16% from Q1. Why? Maybe crypto winter. Maybe they're replanning and strategizing what's next. All right. Let's be kind to the environment. Crypto miners are coming to a halt on production as temperatures go past 100 degrees. Halting crypto mining production allows for the electricity to be focused on keeping homes cool during this time. The Lone Star State of Texas, its electrical grid was completely overworked, and they asked that people please stop on doing certain things, big energy users, because obviously this stuff on crypto mining is still on proof of work until it goes to a proof of stake mechanism. Please check that out. Not much fun in a bear market for those crypto miners. I'm wishing you guys the best, and hopefully we can all pull through and more crypto is created. Valuable crypto that hopefully will earn you and myself money long term. Solana Troubles. So Solana is a top 10 cryptocurrency. They've got their own blockchain. They have their own NFT projects. They have their Phantom wallet. Highly recommend that you check them out. But here's what's going on right now. And a lot of projects, centralized platforms, are facing a lot of issues. So Solana Labs and Multipoint Capital are being sued by an investor in California for allegations that tokens were sold as non-registered securities, giving preferential treatment to some investors while affecting the token price. Let's go to that screen share, Tony. So I use CoinMarketCap. I'll go through. And one of the things that I point out is all-time highs and lows. As you can see on this chart, you can see that crypto winter is here. You see that big dip down. So I would highly recommend it is a top 10 coin. If you're thinking about stepping into the space, do some due diligence on this platform, the ecosystem of Solana. A lot of people really like it. There's a lot of positive sentiment around it, but it seems like people are, getting mud on the shoes. And, centralized platforms like we've talked about Voyager and Celsius and the Luna debacle and Solana, shutting down 3 or 4 times throughout the year. These are major concerns, and these are some of the trials and tribulations of the Wild West of Web3 early on. That's how you know we're in early on. So we're going to go to the next thing. Cryptocurrency exchange service providers must register, there we go, with FinCEN and implement an AML and CFT program to maintain appropriate records and submit reports to authorities. I'm going to do a screen share on this in a second, but anti-money laundering is the AML, and then Combating-Financing-of-Terrorism is CFT. Just good acronyms to know. So as you can see on my screen share, Financial Crimes Enforcement Network, this is where the cryptocurrency exchanges need to register. So just a nice little tidbit. And we're going to go down to the next thing, which is the NFT marketplace of OpenSea is laying off 20% of its employees due to crypto winter. Here are 3 notable things to know concerning this story. 3 notable things, right? 1, we will be giving those who are being let go a generous severance package and healthcare coverage into 2023. The primary reason for giving the reduction in employees and contractors is a combination of 2 things: crypto winter and then macroeconomic instability. More than likely, their balance sheet is incredibly strong, and having to let go 20% of their workforce lightens the financial strain during this period. At their current state, they could maintain all the staff they have for 5 years. However, they want to be able to compete with other marketplaces, freeing up that capital and deploying it to the innovation and growth for the next bull run. That makes a lot of sense for me. So the Twitter comments were rolling in really strong. Some were funny comments, and then others were some due diligence. If you can go to that screen share, Tony, we're going to hop right into that. So this one was a pretty interesting one. Based on the profits from fees, this announcement doesn't make sense. I like a little bit of cynicism or skepticism in this. And so this was a notable tweet just to kind of look through and see if that connects or resonates with you. Anybody that's purchased on OpenSea, we have to ask the questions. But OpenSea knows that there are other marketplaces coming for that number 1 position. And we have to keep in mind that OpenSea was first to market. And updates on OpenSea. Here's another one. Laying off 20% of the staff, 1 person. That leaves the current team to now 2 monkeys, a pigeon, and a tortoise. We are in good hands. That seems like a little bit of sarcasm, but, again, in that, we like to see some posts that will resonate and make sense. And then who's going to tell this guy he should just airdrop a token and save Web3? So a little bit of comedy in all of it. And now we'll come back to some other things. So Web3 startup development blockchain game where monkey NFTs play soccer against each other for tokens called Monkey Bucks. They secured $24 million in funding during this bear market. That's wow. What that gets my attention is not the fact that it's a game where it's gamification and you can earn these monkey bucks, but the fact that someone had a great PowerPoint presentation, went into a room full of very wealthy individuals and said, "Hey, want to invest in my monkey bucks? Here you go, $24 million. And now they get to deploy that as they see fit. But it also says that gamification is becoming a really exciting place. So let's talk about Axie Infinity developer Mavis Sky. Axie Infinity's developer Mavis Sky launched a $150 million fund for blockchain gaming. There was a lot of money pouring into gamification of the blockchain. This is still one of the most exciting trends in the Web3 space, and I don't see it slowing down anytime soon. Why? Because if you have VR goggles and you go into augmented reality and you can play really cool games, you can escape reality. And there's something, I think, appealing to that at its core. The subconscious, I think, is really attracted to that. So how bad has the market treated us since last November? Well, BTC, Bitcoin, is down 70% from November's all-time high. The big question is, are we near the bottom? And are holders less likely to sell BTC in turbulent periods? Was one of the key takeaways from Coinbase's institutional monthly outlook. 300 ETH, that's the question. The amount of ETH, approximately $344,000 in fiat, was spent to purchase the Ethereum service name 000.ETH earlier this month, setting a new record. ENS registrations, though, have been on a noticeable upswing, with recent purchases increasing at 200% per week over week. And as I've told you guys, I have two ENS domain names: Metastate Realtor, metastaterealtor.eth, and then poom.eth. So I am a big believer that the ENS domain names are huge and long-term might serve me and you some possible purpose. Do your due diligence. All right, so here's a really newbie one. What is an NFT? All right, we talk about it a lot, and maybe I miss over some of the basics, so I want to see if I can really break it down in 30 seconds or less for you newbies. So an NFT is a non-fungible token that cannot be interchangeable for the exact value from one NFT to another. And all NFTs will represent different values based on community, utility, rarity, and traits within each collection. Within each collection. Now, a crypto is a fungible. That means that one Bitcoin can be exchanged for another Bitcoin at equal and exact value. There you go. That's the breakdown for you. All right, so what have we learned from centralized exchange debacle? Well, greed is in all of us, and it runs rampant if not controlled or if it goes unchecked. So what are the problems that we've seen? So with the lower tier platforms like Voyager and Celsius, they filed for Chapter 11. And by the way, they're using the same attorney. Yeah, the same attorney. Okay, I'll let you draw the lines on that one, but that is concerning. And those that in the Voyager have their money where it's USD, US dollars, that is, as according to what I've heard, is FDIC insured. Not sure what that means at this point, other than you're probably going to get back that money. But the crypto, not your keys. You're going to hear me say this again. Not your keys, not your crypto. All right. That's simple. And when you have money on any centralized platform, your crypto is in the custody, care, and control of that platform, not you. So don't mean to point. Please, if you're concerned on any platform that you're on, just bring it over into your DeFi wallet. Bring it over to your MetaMask or your Trust wallet. Make sure that you're bringing it over to the blockchain wallet that supports that crypto. Do your due diligence in advance to make sure. Am I concerned with Coinbase or Binance.us? Not right now, but nothing surprises me anymore. How many people are like, Luna, 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 and then Luna crashes and people are like, what happened? I didn't expect that. It was an algorithmic stablecoin connected. So the health of USDT was connected to that of the Terra Luna coin and the ecosystem. We'll see what happens with Luna Classic and how many other versions or forks they're going to launch off of that crypto and see if they can somehow revive it. All right. So expect the unexpected when it comes to crypto. The crazy Voyager outcome, I am still positively optimistic. Why? As I told you guys in another podcast, I have some money locked up in there. So I'd like to see maybe some pennies on the dollar or some of it freed up, or maybe a class action lawsuit. If Voyager was behaving incorrectly, we'll let a judge decide that one. So what is DeFi? It is a smart contract powered protocol that allows peer-to-peer transactions without an intermediary, such as a bank or broker. So let me do that one again. What is a DeFi? It is a smart contract powered protocol that allows peer-to-peer transactions without an intermediary, such as banks or brokers. Got it. So what's happening with Voyager, the VGX token? What is a native token of the Voyager platform? And so when I saw problems in the water with Celsius, I was like, well, the VGX token, if the Voyager platform goes down, well, there goes the VGX token. So I said, why am I going to take it off? It might have been good for me to have taken it off in hindsight, put it into my wallet, and then be able to swap that out on a DEX, because what we're seeing is a major pump in the VGX token price, because you're getting a lot of people who are artificially inflating that. So current news is changing from day to day. And we know that once Chapter 11 is complete, they will have restructured customers on the platform and possibly will be left with pennies on the dollar. At this point, USD, as I said, will be made whole. And I did a whole video review with Mr. Sean Antonson on Voyager and Celsius. And we also did a Doodles review, which is a really nice blue chip project and a lot of big announcements there. And I said there are 4 things that Steve Ulrich and Voyager need to do to create consumer confidence. And they have yet to do that. We'll see if they do. I don't want to bash, but I'm hoping and I'm optimistic. Obviously, I have money on there, so I want to be optimistic and I want to be positive. There are a lot of tough lessons to learn. I'm learning some tough ones along the way. And as I learn them, if I can share some of those experiences with you so you don't have to go through that, I absolutely will. Currently, we're seeing a sharp rally that's fueled by an unwinding bearish position of sellers rushing to take their profits. So when they took that VGX token off of the Voyager app and they put it into their wallet, they're able to sell out. I would have been selling still at a loss because I was at a cost average of about $3, where I think it reached a high of about 90 cents. A short squeeze is an unusual condition that triggers the rapid rising price in a stock or other tradable securities like crypto. And that's what we're seeing happen. For a short squeeze to occur, the security must have an unusual degree of short sellers holding positions in it. And the short squeeze begins when the price jumps higher than expected. We're going to do a quick screen share. See if I can pull it up. So this is the Voyager token, and I just want to show you guys the max so you can kind of see what's going on. Let me actually go on the 3-month. That might give us our 90-day running average. So you can actually see in real time what I'm talking about. This is that short squeeze where you're getting people with that bearish sentiment selling off and then it dropping back up. These tough spikes, I think it's called the Bart Simpson. And please out there, if anybody's more experienced on this, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but the Bart Simpson is followed by these sharp patterns, sort of like the hair of Bart Simpson, and then in just an immediate plummet drop off a cliff and never comes back again. All right, let's get to the next thing. I'm going to give a quick shout out to High Res, the Hog Homies, the Elrond Clubhouse, and I want to give also a couple other shout outs to my friends over there. Let's go into I want to go into the Clubhouse real quick just to share this with you. So tomorrow I'm having a conversation with the Doge founder, Billy Marcus, in a private Clubhouse in Discord, and I would love everybody to attend. Let me just say, I actually hopped in on that post recording, and I was incredibly impressed. It was absolutely mind-blowing. His knowledge, his insight, the alpha. So the value is there. And if you're not in crypto, if you don't have a Meyer wallet, the first step to do is just obviously subscribe to CraigO's Crypto Corner, then go into the Elrond Clubhouse, hit that, subscribe button into their Twitter feed, start engaging and start learning about this incredible Web3 space. I feel that it's really important. And I'm looking in my notes real quick because I did want to give a couple other shout outs to Duncan and to, let's see if we can find, you know what? I'm going to actually hold off on that. And I want to see if I right now, I want to get Easton in. Is he on?
No, he's not on yet.
All right, let's get Easton in there in just a second before we hop off. And I want to talk about Wilder World. And I noticed a trend in my Google alerts that I wanted to put you guys onto in the coming. I'm seeing a lot of notifications every day on this gaming crypto. They have the cryptocurrency and they also have their NFT collection available on OpenSea. So I highly recommend that you guys check it out. I'm going to text Easton right now. I want to see if I can get him in on this real time.
Yeah, I just emailed him too, so he should be coming in shortly.
Perfect. This is great. Hop, my friend. Let's do this. Real time, guys. Yeah, and I also wanted to give a couple quick shout outs as well. And then I think we've created some good content today, guys. You know what I'm going to do real quick? I'm just going to give a quick shout out in the Elrond Clubhouse to High Res of Hog Homies, the Elrond Clubhouse founder, along with Pit Panther 01 and Duncan Twig 1. These guys are incredible, bringing great insight and creating informative conversations. So hit that subscribe button in Twitter. Check out the Elrond Clubhouse. If you don't have a Meyer wallet and you don't use Discord yet, that's your first step, and it's a very easy one.
Here we go.
Welcoming now, Mr. Easton Gladney. I want to say he is a true crypto NFT professional on the Elrond blockchain. What's up, my friend?
What's up, Craig? How are you?
It's been a busy day of content creation. Thank you so much for hopping on with me.
Oh my gosh, thank you for having me. I'm excited to chat.
Absolutely. So there are 3 things that we want to talk about on the Elrond blockchain. We're going to talk about Elrond Dev. We're going to talk about the Elrond hosted an event, Unchained Festival with Visa, and we'll chat about that, the future of money. And then we're going to talk about XO XOX No, that always throws me off, by the way, that partnered with XP Network to bridge NFTs from Ethereum to other chains. I love that one. So let's start off with the Elrond dev. What do we got going on over there, Easton?
Yeah, so they're basically helping and giving tutorials, tools, basically like anything developers need to get their projects off of the ground. And then if they need to go back for like tutorials or education or things like that, the founders of Elrond are going to be offering different tools to basically just help developers or builders on Elrond, like kind of get things going
Okay,
for
I
their
love it.
projects and things like that.
So a little bit of knowledge, a little bit of teaching, and I was saying in this space is before you came on, I was giving a shout out to the Elrond Clubhouse, Pit Panther, Duncan Twig One, and of course High Res, Hog Homies, and the Elrond Clubhouse founder. What I was saying is that, you know, if someone doesn't have a wallet, right, doesn't have a Meyer wallet, doesn't have a MetaMask, the first place I really feel that people can go to that's not overwhelming and just start asking questions and engaging so the community can welcome them in, especially with our Elrond Clubhouse. We want to welcome people into the spaces. Just go on and hit the follow button and just start engaging with people on Twitter. It's that simple. What are your thoughts?
I mean, I think I've actually had a couple people that I've onboarded onto Elrond. They've kind of jumped in spaces. They've been on Twitter and I had this 60-year-old lady that I onboarded onto the space last week. And she was like, oh my gosh, I jumped in a space at like 9 o'clock at night and like everyone was so awesome. Like, I followed people and it was such a good experience. So I think Twitter and just like the Elrond community on Twitter is we love new people and we just want to welcome like anyone that wants to actually learn and like be there to support the space.
Yeah, absolutely. And so Elrond hosted an event at Unchained Festival with Visa to chat about the future of money. What's going on over there, Easton?
So I don't know the great details because I obviously wasn't there, but I think on a surface level, it's just cool to see Elrond talking to a payment processor like Visa and kind of getting into that space and having conversations and being kind of known. I mean, I think that festival was huge on that side of the world, not really in the US and where we live. But I think just getting out there, spreading their name, and kind of just getting the conversation going with the payment processors and kind of how the Elrond can start to integrate in the banking system and through like Visa and like MasterCard and like things like that will be very like interesting to see how they both kind of work and like gel together.
I feel like this past bull run was like a toddler trying to figure out how to sprint before it fell on its face. That's sort of like my analogy, right? Because everybody, you know, the greed, I said, if greed goes unchecked, but I love the idea of the future of money, decentralized finance, what it's supposed to represent. And now, obviously, kind of the level of market manipulation, the lower tiered centralized platforms like Voyager and Celsius. And I told people, you know, stay calm with Coinbase and Binance.us. Of course, there's always going to be FUD, but I feel like those are, again, I'm still using them. If I'm not, I'm going to say, hey, guys, I'm not using it. I don't trust anything, but we need something, a level of centralized to onboard into DeFi until maybe there's something that is just straight DeFi. I don't know that currently exists. Maybe I'll learn something new on that. Let's talk about XOX No. Partnered with XP Network to bridge NFTs from Ethereum to other blockchains. I really like this story. Tell me a little bit about that.
So I think this is huge. So they're basically allowing people to take their NFTs from like Ethereum and like any other blockchain that the XP network is partnered with, and basically bring them over from one chain and now they're on the other chain. Like you're not copying it, you are transferring like the data from one chain and the NFT from one chain and moving it totally over to a new chain to now be like transferred, sold, bought on that chain. And I think this is huge because this is the interoperability where you're able to basically work between like different chains, and it should get to a point, I hope at least, where we're not even realizing the difference when these things are happening. But it is kind of cool to see the start of like all the chains working together, and just kind of cool to see that we're able to like move assets across like different chains, and it kind of cuts down like the borders and the separation that I think a lot of people have when it comes to like their own cryptocurrencies and their kind of like, I guess, like cult-like atmosphere.
Yeah, I love it. And the interoperability is, I think, extremely important for that reason. Again, that's how Hog Homies were bridged over from the Ethereum blockchain to Elrond. And now high-res Hog Homies are fully focused on the Elrond blockchain. What a great crypto that is. It just recently broke the top 40. So that's really exciting. And we've got a number of NFTs in that platform. And it's super exciting to see all that's being done there. You know, I would leave it off on this. Talk about the level of alpha the other night from meeting with Billy Marcus. Actually, I listened to the post recording. Billy Marcus, for those of you that don't know, he is the creator of Dogecoin. I don't think has a stake in it anymore, but has a lot of other hands in a lot of other projects. What was really cool is that he talked about how his conversations with Elon Musk and the direct text from him. I don't want to give up too much, but when I talk about a level of insight that's going on in the Elrond Clubhouse, it is absolutely powerful and palpable. And again, this is a way that people can now learn when there's, oh, this doesn't really happen. They said this about the internet, Easton.
I mean, if we're gonna talk about like that stuff, I mean, I think I actually pulled some articles off of my online, and I put out my story on Instagram about how people say like, oh, like it's just a fad, like it's gonna go away, like this and this, and I mean, like, this is probably have been said for the airplane, the car, like every big invention or small invention where it kind of makes a wave like in society, and I think it's exciting to kind of be on the forefront and be like in tech, like educating people, bringing people on or like into the space to speak. So I think like it's a good time to kind of be like on the forefront and just kind of here watching all of the like innovation happen.
Yeah. And by the way, speaking of interoperability, I'm going to be having on Amanda Terry this coming Thursday. And I would love maybe, you know, that we're able to take projects like this and move it from Ethereum to Elrond or another blockchain. Again, I think it's really cool. I think also what's going to happen, and sort of when you talk about market manipulation, is that there was a creation of an arbitrage. So that means that on one particular marketplace, something's being sold for one price versus another. We saw this with Coinbase's NFT platform, and hopefully they'll improve that. I love Coinbase. They've got a lot of good teaching tutorials, so there's no bashing here, but it didn't launch off. It had a lot of hype, and then it kind of just went, you know, that was it, you know? So we've got a lot of really good marketplaces in the Elrond blockchain, and we're going to leave that for another conversation because you and I are going to hop on probably in the next few months. But from time to time, I love to just hop on and share ideas and content with you. You're doing an amazing job. I would highly recommend that people connect with Easton Gladney on Twitter, and if you have Discord, connect with him there. He's super professional, has a lot of great content, creating new content every day. Easton, thank you so much for coming on CraigO's Crypto Corner, and I'm super excited to connect with you next time.
Thanks, and yeah, I'm excited to hop back on and chat. I always love these conversations, and can't wait till next time.
Me too, my friend. Have a great day.
Awesome. You too.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you so much for watching CraigO's Crypto Corner, the best in Web3, blockchain, NFT, and cryptocurrency technologies. CraigO signing off.